Feeling like you're drowning in a sea of notifications, deadlines, and a never-ending to-do list? You're not alone. Our modern world is a constant barrage of information, and it's leaving so many of us feeling overwhelmed, anxious, and completely drained. We're more connected than ever, yet we often feel more isolated and stressed. What if I told you there's a way to navigate this chaos, not just to survive, but to thrive? What if the key isn't to change the world outside, but to fundamentally upgrade the way you experience it from within? Today, we read diving deep into the profound and practical wisdom of Sadhguru to discover how you can reclaim your peace and joy in the face of modern overwhelm. This isn't about escaping the world. It's about learning to live in it with mastery. So where does this feeling of being overwhelmed truly come from? Sadhguru points out something brilliant. It's not the world that's the problem. The world is just happening. The problem is our inability to manage our own system, our own thoughts and emotions. We've spent our lives learning how to manage things outside of ourselves, our careers, our finances, our homes. But how much time have we invested in learning to manage our own interiority? This is the most sophisticated and intricate piece of machinery on the planet, our own mind and body, and most of us are trying to operate it without ever reading the user's manual. The overwhelm we feel is a direct consequence of this. It's like trying to drive a high-performance sports car with the skills of a bicycle rider. It's going to be a bumpy, stressful ride. The first practical step Sadhguru offers is incredibly simple yet transformative. Create a small gap, a space between you and your psychological drama. He often says, what is happening in your mind is your drama. Don't mistake it for reality. Think about it. Your thoughts and emotions are not you. They are things you generate. When you get a stressful email, a wave of anxiety might wash over you. The mistake we make is identifying with that anxiety. We say, I am anxious. Sadhguru encourages us to see it differently. I am experiencing a sensation of anxiety. This small shift in language creates a distance. It's the difference between being caught in a storm and watching the storm from a safe, sheltered window. So how do you create this gap? One powerful way is through conscious breathing. The next time you feel that wave of overwhelm rising, just stop for a moment. Take a deep, conscious breath in and a long, slow breath out. Do this 3 times. In that tiny pause, you've created a space where you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. This isn't about suppressing what you feel. It's about not being swept away by it. It's the first step to becoming the master of your inner world rather than its slave. Once we start creating that inner space, the next step is to take charge of your energy. Sadhguru often speaks about our life energy or prana. When our energy is vibrant, high, and flowing freely, we can handle immense challenges without feeling stressed. But when our energy is low and stagnant, even the smallest tasks feel like climbing a mountain. So how do we manage our energy? It comes down to 4 key inputs we give our system every day. The food we eat, the amount of sleep we get, the content we consume, and the company we keep. Let's break that down. First, food. Are you eating fresh, life-giving foods, or are you fueling your body with processed, dead food? Sadhguru suggests eating more raw or lightly cooked fruits and vegetables, things that are full of life force. Notice how you feel after eating a big, heavy meal versus how you feel after eating a fresh salad or a piece of fruit. The difference in your energy levels is undeniable. Second, sleep. It's not just about the hours, but the quality. Are you getting deep, restful sleep? Creating a consistent sleep cycle where you go to bed and wake up around the same time can do wonders for your energy management. Turn off screens an hour before bed. Let your mind wind down. The other two inputs are just as crucial. Third, the content we consume. What are you feeding your mind? Are you constantly scrolling through negative news, social media drama, and content that leaves you feeling inadequate or agitated? This is like feeding your mind junk food. It depletes your energy. Be conscious about what you watch, read, and listen to. Choose content that is uplifting, inspiring, or at the very least, neutral. Unfollow accounts that make you feel bad. Curate your digital environment to be a source of positive energy, not a drain. And finally, the company you keep. The people you surround yourself with have a huge impact on your energy. Are you spending time with people who are cynical, constantly complaining, and draining your spirit? Or are you with people who are joyful, supportive, and vibrant? This doesn't mean cutting everyone out of your life, but it does mean being mindful of who you give your most precious resource, your time and energy to. Managing these 4 inputs is a powerful way to take control of your vitality and your ability to handle life's pressures. When your energy is high, overwhelm simply can't find a foothold. Now let's talk about a core concept in Sadhguru's teachings: responsibility. When we hear the word responsibility, we often think of it as a burden, a list of duties and obligations. But Sadhguru reframes it completely. He defines responsibility not as a burden, but as your ability to respond. It's not about what you have to do. It's about your capacity to consciously respond to any situation life throws at you. When you are overwhelmed, you are in a state of compulsive reaction. The phone buzzes, you react. Someone cuts you off in traffic, you react. You're not in control. Your triggers are. Taking responsibility means moving from compulsive reaction to conscious response. You choose how to respond. The situation doesn't dictate your inner state. You do. This is the ultimate freedom. So how do you cultivate this ability to respond? It begins with accepting that your inner experience, your joy, your misery, your peace, your turmoil, is 100% your making. It's not your boss, your partner, or the traffic. It's how you choose to process and respond to those things. When you truly accept this, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and become the creator of your experience. This is not about blame. It's about empowerment. The moment you realize your inner world is your responsibility, you gain the power to change it. You are no longer waiting for the world to change for you to be happy. You can be happy and then deal with the world. So we've talked about creating a gap, managing your energy, and taking responsibility. The final piece of the puzzle is to bring a simple spiritual process into your life. Sadhguru is not talking about religion or belief systems. He's talking about tools for inner engineering. One of the most accessible and powerful tools he offers is something called Isha Kriya. It's a simple, free, guided meditation that takes only about 15 minutes a day. You can find it on YouTube. This practice is designed to help you get in touch with the source of creation within you, to bring a certain sweetness and stability to your being. Think of it like daily hygiene for your inner self. You brush your teeth every day to maintain your dental health. You shower to maintain your physical hygiene. What are you doing for your inner well-being? A simple daily practice like Isha Kriya can be that tool. It helps to organize your mind and emotions, stabilize your energies, and connect you to a deeper dimension of yourself that is untouched by the chaos of the outside world. When you are rooted in this inner stability, the storms of life can rage on, but you remain unshaken. The overwhelm of the modern world becomes like background noise that you can choose to tune out, because you are tuned in to the profound peace and stillness that is always available within you. To bring it all together, overcoming modern overwhelm is not about fighting the world. It's an inside job. It starts with creating a space between you and your mental chatter. It continues with consciously managing your energy by paying attention to what you consume physically and mentally. It is about shifting from seeing responsibility as a burden to seeing it as your power to respond consciously. And finally, it's about incorporating a simple daily practice to cultivate inner stability and balance. These aren't quick fixes. They are lifestyle shifts. But by taking these small, consistent steps, you begin to engineer a new reality for yourself, one where you are not a victim of overwhelm, but the calm, joyful, and effective master of your own life. You have the tools. The question is, will you use them? Start small. Pick one thing. Maybe it's 3 conscious breaths when you feel stressed. Maybe it's swapping your junk food for a piece of fruit. Maybe it's dedicating 15 minutes to Isha Kriya today. The journey to overcoming overwhelm begins with a single conscious step. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore this profound wisdom. I hope you found it as practical and empowering as I have. If this resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content on living a more conscious and joyful life. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Which one of these tips are you going to try first? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.